Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, November 12th, 2021. We are in the final day of the trading week, and we are in the final hour of the current trading day. As you know, the final hour of the day is the most important hour for me in trading, because for my swing trades, I like to make my buying and selling decisions at the end of the day in the last few minutes. And I say this because during the day you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are the ones that are in control of the price. The large financial institutions come in at the end of the day in the last hour, and in particular in the last few minutes. They take control away. They take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. They are dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best information, best technology, and I consider the closing price to be the most valid price of the day. And therefore, if it's the most valid price of the day, then I consider it the best price to make my buying and selling decisions from. So thank you all for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I hope you're having a good trading day. I hope you're having a good day in general. And I just appreciate you being here, and I hope by being here and spending time here and investing time that it's helping you with your trading and your investing results. So currently the Dow is up 136 points, up 0.38%. The NASDAQ is up 128 points, up 0.82%, and the S&P up 27 points, up 0.58%. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current swing positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. After that, I do have some day trades today. I did have some day trades today that I will share with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions, talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are going to manage them and how they are performing. After that, we're going to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology. Most important skill you can ever learn in trading is the ability to create a plan and follow it without any distractions, without any nonsense, and just follow your plan. People spend a lot of time studying trading, learning correct support, resistance, entries, exits, but if you don't follow what you've created, what good is it really? So it is important. It's the most important skill. We'll spend a few minutes talking about trader psychology. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1. So if I'm risking $1,000 on a trade, I need to be able to make at least $2,000 or more to the upside to make the asymmetrical math work. And then lastly, I need a complete trading plan for whatever market I'm trading and whatever trading strategy that I'm using. For me, that includes the following. First, position sizing based upon the market's current volatility. Number 2, knowing what your maximum allowed loss is. Number 3, knowing where your emergency stop is. Number 4, knowing where your end of day stop is. Number 5, knowing where your intraday profit targets are. Number 6, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are. And number 7, having a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if you have a profitable trade, you have some rules and some safety nets so that you don't give it all back. Okay, so using those criteria, I am going to go down through the end of day candidates, take a look, try to narrow it down to the very best one of the day. If I find something, I will purchase it right before the market closes. It is Friday today, so we will spend some time looking for some weekly trades as well and going over the weekly trades that I currently have. All right, so then after the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need any clarification on anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at prior to the close, happy to do that for you. Just put them in the live stream, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive. And then lastly, if any of my students, current, past, have any new entries or exits for me that they would like me to update on the board, if you could just please wait until the market closes so that I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, pressure's off, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get them all taken care of correctly. Okay, so that's the plan. I'm gonna open up my can of water, have a little drink of water while I run the U.S. legal disclaimer. So hang tight, I'll be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right. Thanks for holding on through that. Let's see who's here today. Oh, we have a bunch of people. All right. Sweet. Let me make sure I have my little microphone on. I do. Dan is first on deck with the peace sign. Good to see you, Dan. Tracy Hall is here. Happy Friday. Hello, all. Nice to see you, Trace. There's my buddy Kamal. Kamal, thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I always appreciate you being here. I know everyone else does as well. David is here. Hello, Greg and Traders. Nice to see you, Mr. David. Hope you are doing well and the family's doing well. Michael Wilkinson, aka Lova, is here. Nice to see you, Mike. Good chatting with you yesterday. Paxton is here. Hey, bud. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're having a good day. Nigma is here. Happy Friday, my people. Good to see you, Nigma. Hope you are having a wonderful day, my friend. Rich Burge. Good to see you, Rich. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Everything's going well with the family and your trading. Rod R says hello. Nice to see you, Rod. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you being here. If there's anything I can help you with, let me know. Nigma says mRNA if it ends up at the 30 RSI. All right. Well, let's take a look at mRNA. mRNA. Well, it does have a close under the 250, over the 250, but I'm with you. I would like it to end up at 30 RSI. Only thing is, if it ends up at 30 RSI, we're going to be probably caught right in the middle between this 200 and this 250. Moderna, I did check. We looked at that earlier in the week, and a close under, close over 250 on Moderna does backtest well, and it is holding the 50 SMA, 232.66. Oh no, excuse me, it's underneath. Disregard what I just said. But I mean, a good risk to reward ratio off of the 250, and it's a V2. Day 1, 2, 3, 2 washes out, 1, 3 is above day 1's close, and a close under, close over. Pretty good in my opinion. Steve Burns, good to see you, bud. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Thank you for being here. It's always nice to see you. Thank you for including me on your Friday list today. That was very nice of you, as always, Steve. And hope you, Holly, and the dogs are all doing well. Paxton says, nice, Nigma. Yeah, that's a good, I like that setup. I do. Johnson says, hi, Greg and all. Happy Friday. Good to see you. There's my friend Ava. Ava, good to see you. Thank you for all the hard work. Thank you for all the contributions you bring to this channel and your analysis. You are getting so good, and everyone knows it. Ava is very, very humble, so don't want to make her feel uncomfortable, but really, Ava, great trading lately. Paxton says, come on 30. Frank says, hello, Greg and group. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your daily poems and all your contributions. I appreciate it. I know everyone else does as well. Hey, there's my friend Karen, Wiener Dog Trading. Good to see you, Karen. Good lesson last night. Boy, you are sharp. Sharp as a tack. Johnson says, pins, V2. It is a V2. However, Johnson, it is not in the value zone, at least on my chart. At least on my chart, it's not in the value zone. That -1 ATR channel, that green line, is going to act as resistance above, and it is currently. I would prefer, you know, higher low V1s, V2s for me have to come into the value zone Ideally, they come back test the -1 ATR channel, and then have a V1, V2. We still have a significant amount of resistance above us here with this -1 ATR channel. Jonathan is here. Evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Hope you and the family are doing well there in Ireland. Michael Martin is here. Hi, guys. Good to see you, Mike. Hope you're out there driving safe today. Steve says Facebook has another 520 EMA crossover and another 50-day moving average resistance reversal. And I believe I do have Facebook on my list. Do I? Well, let's put it on there. I already have Facebook, and so that's probably why I didn't put it on there. But yes, it does. And we will take a look at that in just a second. David says GILD 520 crossover and closing above the 200 SMA. David's had some good picks lately. Let's take a look. Yep, there's the 520 crossover. Don't know if that back test well. Let's see. I am going to have to kind of speed this up. We have a lot to go through, so forgive me if I have to do that. Let's take a look. Oh, no, that's... Okay, so this is why it's good to backtest these things, David. Doesn't mean it's not going to go up, but GILD with the 520 exponential crossover, if we run the backtest, it has a negative expectancy of 11.1%. So kind of a good thing to know. Doesn't mean it's gonna do anything, but or up or down, but that's what the backtest says at the moment. All right, here we go. Let's get going. Citizens Financial, Lova, Dynamic Duo, and I did buy Citizens Financial here. Return to value, sideways motion, V2, bought here at $47.99 a couple days ago. Yesterday we had a big up day. Today we went up again before we reversed. Did hit a profit target today at $49.66. We got to 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. So now I go into trailing stop mode. This particular trade down 0.04% on the day, but up 2.26% on the trade. Now that I'm in trailing stop mode, if I get a close below the previous day's low, then I will exit half of my position. CMG, monster trade today for David, Karen, Ava, Lova, and myself. These are my favorite type of crossovers. Sideways motion that happen in the value zone. Sideways motion leads to trends. I don't like to chase trends. I like to get in them before they start. And so far, this has been pretty amazing trade. Got in yesterday at 1816.50 with the 520 crossover in the value zone as just described. Did hit two profit targets today, 1831.87. 1847.10. That third one is in striking distance. This is up 2.29% on the day and also 2.29% on the trade. Facebook. Ava, Karen, and I did buy Facebook with the close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 323.52. Moved sideways for a little bit. Had a nice little run up. Got to 1.5 ATR trailing stop levels. Sold half when we have a close below the previous day's low after reaching trailing stop level. End of day stop is the 200-day moving average. Hit three profit targets today, one at 332.10, one at 336.46, and one at 340.82. This particular trade up 3.55% today on the day, and on the trade up 4.66%. So nice trade there. Philip Morris, Jonathan, Karen, Gary, Dynamic Duo, Lilia, and I did buy Philip Morris. Nice confluence of signals, under 200, over 200, and a V1. Throwing a false breakout to the downside. We bought this back on the 9th at 93.66. It is 95.04. Is up 3 cents today. Did hit one profit target before it turned back around at 95.65. This went over 50, under 50 on the RSI. My oh, excuse me. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because this was taken off the 200-day moving average. And Karen, if you remember from our class last night, the 50 RSI is not a factor if you're using 200 SMA rules, which I am because my stop is a close back under. So anyway, did hit one profit target, 95.65, up 0.01% on the day, but on the trade, up 1.45%, which is pretty sweet. Lastly, SPY. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning at the open. This one worked out as advertised. Bought this yesterday at 463.77 at the open, sold or at the close. Sold it today at the open 465 even. So bought at 463.77, bought at 465 even. So good little day trading, good little swing trade there. Now, I did have some day trades in my swing trade positions, so it always makes the chart a little nonsensical. Here we go. I did buy the VIX. We had a false breakout to the downside and a V2. I bought it on the 5-minute chart at 20.44. Sold half of my position at 20.49. Then had a close below the previous day's, lost the 50 RSI, excuse me, sold at 20.48. And then when we got back to break even, I got out. So I got in 20.44, out at 20.48, and at 20.49. All right, then also had a swing trade on VIX. Let's go over that real quick. Let's see, I think we have Ava, Bacon Bandit, and Karen. We bought VIX with an under 30, over 30 V1 intraday rejection of the third ATR channel. Bought here at 2022. Moved up as it moves up. I always take profits. Everyone knows that. I did get 1.5 ATRs from trailing stop level, so I'm in trailing stop mode. It's threatening going back down to my entry point, in which case I would get out. Whenever I have an under 30, over 30, and it moves 1.5 ATRs from entry, then if it ever comes back to entry, I get out at break even. I'm not going to let this nice trade turn into a loser. And even if it comes back to break even, it will not be a loser because I scaled out, and that is why I like to scale out. If it does not get to my entry point, I will sell half because it has a close below the previous bar's low after reaching 1.5 ATR trailing stop. So down 3.78% today on the day, but still up on the trade. Silver. All right, this is a little bit of a hybrid day trade. I didn't buy it intrabar. I based it, I got into the short based upon the daily. As it approached the 200-day moving average, I did short at 23.48. Another reason I shorted it there was because if we go to the weekly, see the confluence that we're at the 50. So we have a confluence of resistance at the 50 SMA on the weekly, and then on the daily up against the 200. Again, I shorted at 23.48. It's 23.38. So this is in the money, 10 cents on the trade. This is basically just going to be a day trade. I'm not going to hold this over the weekend. So anyway, that's that. That was profitable, which is nice. And then Amazon. Kind of a weird trade. I did buy Amazon with the bounce at the 250 or the 200-day moving average at 35.2140. Moved sideways, held the 200, finally got a big up bar, sold half at 35.2460 for a gain. But then I held on to it and it just dripped down, and then finally closed below the 200, but it actually hit my emergency stop. So I'm very glad that I got out of half at a profit. It mitigated the loss here, but all in all, that was a losing trade on the day trade. So my day trade's not so hot tamale today, but that's okay. Okay, I think that's it for that. All right, let's take a look at your positions here. I have Gary in Amazon with the close under or intraday rejection of the 250-day, bought at 33.10.49. Great risk to reward ratio, moved up nicely, beautifully, up. It's up 1.27% on the day, and on the trade, Gary is up 5.98%. So congratulations there. Roku. Kamal did buy Roku yesterday at 275. It is 274.58. It's up on the day, but slightly down on the trade. Roku is one that I'm looking at to buy at the end of the day too for a swing trade. LRCX, Lova bought LRCX with the V2 520 crossover, 572.70, has moved up beautifully, took half profits here. This trade up 1.97% today, and on the trade, oh boy, and on the trade up 8.41%, so way to go. Disney, David did buy Disney yesterday at 158.62. It's 159.41. Moved down pretty substantially today, but still in the money. So down on the day, but up on the trade. Boeing, David and Kamal did buy Boeing right down here about 206, 206.50. This has been an excellent trade. It's up a little bit today, and this particular trade up 6.21%. Look like an under 30, over 30 with the V1 as the interest signal. CRL, Steve Burns bought CRL under 30, over 30 at 375.44. It's 384.55. It is down 1.41% today, but it is still nicely up on the trade. DKNG, Frank bought DKNG with an under 30, over 30 at 41.01. It's 40.76. It's up on the day, but slightly down on the trade. XLU, Bacon Bandit, did buy XLU with this higher low intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average at 65.08. It is 66.70. It's up 2 cents on the day. This particular trade up 2.38% on the trade. Otis, what a great trade here for Lova. Higher low V2 while MACD was positive. That's the best way. Lova bought at 81.78. It's 85.46. That's up 2.47 just today. And on the trade, up 4.34%. That's healthy. That's healthy. MMC, Dynamic Duo, and Ava bought the 520 crossover in the value zone, bought it at 164. It's 166.55. It's up about 1% today. And on the trade, up 1.51%. So that's looking pretty good. And here is CCI. I know this is Ava. No, yes, Ava and Dynamic Duo did buy CCI with the confluence of signals here. We have a V1 intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average, bought at 180.60. It's 181.38. It's up 0.4% today on the day and also on the trade. And then Amazon, I already have Amazon. Okay, so that is what that all looks like. Way to go, everybody. Okay. Steve says Roku has a under over 30 RSI reversal. Yep, that one is definitely on my list. And then we have SCCO, which does have another 520, which does have a 520 crossover here. This does backtest well. 520 crossover in the value zone. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's right in the value zone as well. So that one is also a possibility. All right. Oh, weekly trades. I almost forgot weekly trades. So I did have some weekly trades as well, and so did Dynamic Duo. Dynamic Duo did buy on the weekly FCX with a 520 crossover at 37.60. It's 41.16. It's up 11% just this week, and this particular trade up 9% total on the trade. So up 9.06% for the dynamic duo on the FCX weekly trade. Myself and David did short Goldman Sachs. Double top, bearish divergence, false breakouts to the downside. Under bullish engulfing bar and V1, I shorted last Friday at 407.18. It's 402.95. It is down 1% this week, and I guess it is down, or it's up 1% because I'm short, and it's also up about 1% on the trade. I did hit one profit target earlier in the week at 397.77 and locked in some gains there as well. So this trade down on the day, down on the week, which means it's up on the trade. And then gold, dynamic duo, David, Gary, Ava, and myself, we did buy gold last week with the 520 crossover, bullish engulfing bar, V1, bought at 169.82. It's 174.12. It's up 2.52% on the week, and up 2.53% on the trade. So good little weekly trades happening there as well. All right, here comes a poem from Frank. You know this is going to be good because it's from Frank. Here we go. All right, hot or cold, markets paint a fiction. Excuse me. Hot or cold, markets paint a picture of stories being told. Traders take part as their setups unfold. Win, lose, or draw, it's never foretold. As we don a poker face, brave and bold. Okay, I can do better than that. Hot or cold, markets paint a picture of stories being told. Traders take part as their setups unfold. Win, lose, or draw, it's never foretold. As we don a poker face, brave and bold. Ah, so good, Frank. Excellent poem. Thank you so much. I so enjoy seeing these poems, and I know everyone else does as well. And thanks for all the hard work that it must be to come up with those every day. My gosh. I mean, Frank has a gift, obviously. But still, it's just amazing. Beyond Meat does have an under 30, over 30. You are right. You are definitely right. You know, when I was teaching Karen last night, I mentioned under 30, over 30s are fine, but I like to have confluences of signals ideally. And the only thing this has going for it right now is an under 30, over 30. We have the negative third ATR channel looming above, most likely will act as resistance. If we look at the weekly, weekly's not bad. It did hold the negative third Keltner channel, so that's good. So there's a confluence on the higher time frame. I'm probably going to pass on this one, but could be a good trade. And again, I do like that the weekly rejected the negative third ATR channel. I do like that very, very much. All right, here we go. So listen, before we start looking at end of day trades, before we start looking at end of week trades, I just want to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology before we get into that. Of course, you know, trader psychology is near and dear to my heart. It's the most important skill you can learn in trading. There's, you know, I have my favorite Facebook, Twitter channels out there that speak each day, have great posts, great trading word of wisdom post out there. And my favorite by far, of course, you know who that is. That's Steve Burns. Steve's in the live stream with us right now. Thank you for this post, Steve. Please follow Steve over at Joseph Burns on Twitter. Do yourself a favor. It is a wonderful channel. Anything that Steve posts is well worth reading, internalizing, putting into practice. You can also visit him over at newtraderu.com, which is Steve's website. Let me see. And let me just throw a link in there to everyone in the podcast. Great information over here, great content, online video courses, books, and you know, Steve's super legit. So, you know, go over to that website, take a look around. I'm sure you'll find something worth your while. Let's see what Steve has to say here. The key is to prepare while you wait with extreme patience and discipline, and then act with extreme decisiveness. You won't find this in finance books because these principles are hard to teach. This is from Charlie Munger. Of course, he's over there at Berkshire Hathaway with Warren Buffett. But, you know, I was reading Market Wizards, and someone on there said, you know, I am just so patient that I just wait for money to be put over in the corner for me to go and pick up. Like, what does that mean? That means being extremely patient, waiting for your signals, knowing that the market is extreme one way or the other, being patient, waiting for that to happen, and then acting decisively and taking action. And you're right, they do not teach that in business school or in college. The key is to prepare while you wait with extreme patience. I like the word extreme patience and discipline. This is what we need in our trading all the time. Extreme patience and discipline. And then act with extreme decisiveness. It's like poker, right? Paxton and Tracy, you wait, you wait, you wait, you wait for that starting hand, and then when you get that good starting hand, you act aggressively with it. It's the same in trading. You won't find this in finance books because these principles are hard to teach. Great post, Steve. Let's remember that. Let's have extreme patience and extreme discipline, but when our trade comes around, let's act with extreme decisiveness. So great Twitter post there. Please follow Steve at Twitter at @SJosephBurns and check out his website, and I just put it in the live stream. All right. Before we get to new stuff, let's take a look at current positions. Always more important to manage your current positions than go and look for new positions. Chipotle Mexican Grill up 2.32% today, closing in on that third profit target. I hope it gets there. If it does, we will hear the little bell. But fantastic trade, nothing to do there. Facebook, 3 profit targets today as well. Up on the day, up on the trade, nothing to do there. Philip Morris, doing great. Did reject the 50 RSI, but that does not come into play with the rules with the close under, close over the 200. So this one is up nicely, and I am in trailing stop mode. SPY, looks like it's making a high on the day. I will be buying the SPY at the close, holding it over the weekend, selling it first thing on Monday morning. And then SLV is a little day trade I have here, doing pretty well. Shorted at 23.48. It's 23.38. That was because of the confluence of the 200-day moving average on the week, and then the confluence at the 50 SMA on the week, and the confluence of the 200-day on the daily. Paxton says tight aggressive. That's exactly right. That is exactly what they call it in poker. Tight aggressive. All right. Well, let's take a look here. Start looking at some new potential entries today. Kamal is long Roku at 275. I do like the setup. It's everything we were looking for, everything we were talking about last night, Karen. Under 30, over 30. Actually, I think this is what we kind of was anticipating happen. Under 30, over 30 intraday. We have a V1. We have a rejection of the negative third ATR channel. I like that very, very much on Roku. WBA does have a higher low close back above the 200. Here we came from a lower low, closed above, it failed. This is always a good thing to have a higher low close back above. The weekly's right in the value zone, has the 100, the 200 right above, rejected the 1 ATR channel. So for that reason, I am going to take it off. MCO does have a nice return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, and a V2. So I quite like that. So that one's definitely a potential. Lockheed Martin does have a higher low V2 in the value zone. Looks like MACD crossed over. Let's take a look over at the weekly. Held support of the 200, so I do like that. Disney Under 30, over 30. It's tested that 30 RSI twice. That's pretty good on a big stock like Disney, so that one's a potential. W has a 520 crossover here. The weekly is in halfway of that big down bar, so that one I am going to take off. ING, which is ING Group, return to value, sideways motion, V1. That one also looks good. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly rejected the third ATR channels, so for that reason alone, I'm going to take that off. Here we have Facebook. Facebook has a 520 crossover. I'm already in the trade, so I won't be adding to this, but it does have a legitimate 520 crossover. So that is valid. Otley has an under 30, over 30, rejection to the negative third ATR channel, and a V1. Don't really like the weekly, so I'm going to take that one off. ATUS does have a higher low V1 here. MACD is positive. It's a $17 stock. Looking at the weekly, rejected the 5 EMA, so with that, I'm going to take that off. AQN nah. Allstate was looking at a under 30, over 30, but now that one is gone. Already have Facebook in there. And then we have SCCO from Steve with a 520 crossover on SCCO, Southern Peru Copper, so we'll put that one over there. Now, let's take a look at some weeklies. Weekly, I do like PayPal a lot on the weekly. We have an under 30, over 30, under the 100, over the 100 SMA. This confluence of signals has not come around a lot. I imagine PayPal has some kind of bounce in it. I don't know for sure, but right off the bat, I like PayPal a lot. Under 30, over 30, under the 100, over the 100. Verizon, sideways motion, rejection of the 200, but I still like PayPal better. Intel, I don't like that it rejected the halfway of the big down bar. It is still holding, but I certainly like PayPal better. Silver, no, does not. I was looking for the 520 crossover. It's 22.46 compared to 22.48, so this has not. I wouldn't buy this anyway because I already have gold and I don't want the correlation. We got stuck up here at the 50 SMA and the negative and the 1 ATR channel, so I am going to pass on silver. PKI has a return to value, sideways motion, V2. This is a little high to the 1 ATR channel, so I'm going to take that one off. And then, of course, we have Alibaba, higher low V1, MACD is positive. That looks pretty good. The only thing is earnings are coming up on the 18th, so really I only get to be able to hold it about a week. So I think I'll let that one go. You still could take it, just make sure that you're out, but it is valid. It's a higher low V2 in the value zone. What's it up today? Oh, today it's down. Let's take a look at the monthly. Monthly has the 5 EMA above. Just going to let that one go. So for me, we have Roku. I do like Roku, probably the best at this point. Let's take a look. Where's my... All right. I do like Roku quite a lot on the daily. Sideways motion, under 30, over 30, V1, rejection of the negative third ATR channel. By far actually, my favorite. And that was Roku, yeah? Okay. 83. 83. Okay. MCO, nice little return to value, V2. Not a lot of shares traded. We have the big bar up there, so for that, I'm going to take that off. LMT, nice higher low V2 in the value zone, good risk to reward ratio, holding the 200-day moving average, so I do like that. Disney, under 30, over 30. Let's look back at the weekly here. Holding the -2 ATR channel, that one is good as well. And then SCCO, I would have preferred a little bit more sideways motion, so I think I'm going to pass on SCCO. So, boy, this is a tough one. Roku, Lockheed Martin, Disney, all in different areas, or different sectors. LMT has always been a little tough one for me to deal with. I think I'll just let that one go. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take a half position in Roku, and I am going to take a half position in Disney today. Those are my plans. So I am going to buy, let's put this up here, Roku and Disney. Now, did I not have PayPal on here? Oh, yeah. Oh, and PayPal for the weekly. Sorry. All right. So, PayPal. All right, so on the weekly, I am going to buy PayPal with an under 30, over 30, under the 100, over the 100. I'm going to have a lot to do here at the end of the day. So let me get this going right now. And this thing's popping up. I can't get rid of it. Okay, so PayPal. PayPal, okay. All right. So I am going to buy PayPal at the close, under 30, over 30 on the weekly time frame. Make sure that you use the 2 ATR value on the weekly. Figure out your position size. Disney, under 30, over 30. You know what? I think I'm going to pass on Disney because of the rejection of the 3rd ATR channel twice. So for that reason alone, I am going to get out of Disney. We'll see if that's a good idea or not, but I am trying to narrow it down. So that's what I like today. I like Roku on the daily, under 30, over 30. Perfect trade. Love that trade setup. No doubt about it. Just love that trade setup. So I am going to buy that near the close. And then I'm buying PayPal on the weekly, under 30, over 30, under 200, over 200. All right. Does that make sense? Hope that all makes sense. That was a lot. Michael wants to look at info on the daily. Oh, that's the weekly. It's okay, Mike. We were above the value zone. We came into the value zone. We moved sideways, but now we came down, made a new low. This looks like yesterday went below that low, so really no sideways motion for me. That's my take on info. It's not something I would be interested in. It looks good, I realize, but you know, it's 50-56. You know, if you just need to buy it, I would make sure that it closes above 50 RSI before I would make that decision, but not enough sideways motion. We were sideways here, but then we broke down to a new low, and we only have actually 0 days of sideways. Yes, I realize we have a V1, but that's not enough for me. All right, so silver, I have to get out of my silver short. That one's looking pretty good. CMGs doing fantastic. Come on, baby, get up there. What do I have? 1862.33. It's close. It could get there if we have a little surge at the end. Facebook doing great. Nothing to change there. Philip Morris, bit of a reversal at the 50 RSI, which often happens. Glad to hit the profit target there, and glad I'm in trailing stop now. S&P, buying that at the close. VIX did not reach my entry point, so I will be holding VIX. And then SLV, as I mentioned, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get out of SLV right now, just because I have too many things to do at the end. So we'll go ahead, lock in a little profit on SLV. That's pretty sweet, 10 cents or so. And then over here, same dealio. So that's done. That's gone. And then on deck today is Roku. New position, under 30, over 30, V1, under the negative third channel, over the negative third channel. PayPal on the weekly. Nice confluence of signals here. Under 30, over 30, under 100, over 100. Hopefully it keeps over the 100. 206.87. So those are my plans right there. We have about 12 minutes to go. Let me get a little drink here. So Roku, where's my pen? Roku on the, PayPal on the weekly, excuse me. PayPal on the weekly and Roku. Yes, I'm selling 1/2 of VIX. You are correct, Paxton. Thank you for reminding me there. Sorry, I've got too many things to do. Roku, okay. Yes, I am selling 1/2 of VIX because of the close below the previous day's low. It didn't hit break even, but you're right. I do have to sell 1/2 of my VIX based upon I got your trailing stop level, close below. Thank you for bailing me out on that one, Packy. All right, so I am going to go ahead. What happened? I am going to go ahead and buy Roku right now. And also PayPal. For for the weekly. Okay. And then PayPal over here. And Roku over here. Paxton said, well, yeah, they're related. They're metals related, Packy. So, you know, I'm glad you thought of that, because that is correct. They are correlated, even copper and gold. Oh, I forgot to buy Roku over here. Okay. All right, so I bought PayPal on the weekly. I bought Roku on the daily. Frank says the high price stocks sure soak up a lot of cash. Yep, everybody wants the big monsters for sure. And again, I did sell half of my VIX here with the close below the previous day's low, locked in a little profit, but luckily had the big up move here where I continue to lock in profit. So that's good. The rest of the position, if it gets to my break even, I will get out. CMG, are we near the third? Oh yeah, we got it. That's must have been what that bell was. So 3 profit targets on CMG. That's outstanding. Take silver off the board now. Okay, looks like I'm done other than my overnight SPY trade. So again, Roku on the daily with the under 30, over 30, and the V1. And now Kamal's in the money on the Roku trade. Way to go, Kamal. And then, of course, PayPal with an under 30, over 30, under the 100 SMA, over the 100 SMA. All right. I think we've got it. Ningman says, you're enjoying your $3 stock too much, Frank. Oh, yeah. Tell? I think it was Tell. Steve says, I exited CRL for a 2.63% gain at 385.31 as it lost yesterday's low. So Steve did exit CRL because it lost yesterday's low. Why is that important? Well, if something's going to come back down, it's going to have to pretty much, it doesn't have to, but most often it has to close below a previous day's low to show that it's going the opposite way. So Steve is a master at managing trades, and that's what he's doing. And nice trade there. Steve says, I am long Roku 275.30 and long Beyond Meat 84.96, both based on reversals back over the 30. So Steve is long Roku. He is long Beyond Meat. He's also long SCCO at 62.20 with a 520 crossover. We looked at that earlier. And Steve is also long Facebook at 340.13 after the 520 crossover. So Steve got out of CRL for a gain. He got into Roku. He got into Beyond Meat with under 30 over 30s. He's in SCCO with the 520 crossover. And he's also long Facebook 340.13 with the 520 crossover. So those are the new positions. Long Facebook, long SCCO, long Roku, long Beyond Meat, and got out of CRL for a 2.63% gain. And we have about 3 minutes to go. Enigma says, you guys read me too well. All right, we have a minute to go, everyone. 1 minute. Wiener Dog says, followed Greg with Roku and PayPal weekly. Thank you. You are welcome. Let's hope those work out for us. That is it for the week. What a week, huh? All right, let's take a look, see where I got filled on all this stuff. So my PayPal weekly trade was at 208.23. My Roku daily trade 275.55, and my overnight SPY trade at 467.27. All right, so PayPal weekly did get filled here at 208.23 for the weekly trade. Roku on the daily trade. Oh, we have Kamal down there. All right, so I'm going to move this here to my entry point, which was 275.55. I'm going to put Kamal over here 275, so we're pretty close. And then, of course, I did get out of half of my SPY trade with the close under the previous day's low. And then overnight SPY trade, 467.27. Okay. So listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, this would be the time to do it. Go ahead, put them in the live stream. I will get them taken care of momentarily. Just want to remind everybody in the meantime that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time. In the course that I teach you the 5 different trading approaches that I've been using over the last 25 years. I teach you step by step. When you're done with this course, you're going to be a much better trader. I promise you. I think, in my opinion, the best way to learn everything is one-on-one with your instructor, and that is why I offer this format. The course is 15 hours long, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. And like I say, I teach you step by step how to trade everything, all the different trading approaches that I use. End of day stops, emergency stops, profit targets, overhead resistance levels, all the things that I need for a complete trading plan. I teach you all. I teach you the complete trading plan for all 5. I have had students all over the world. I've turned out some really great students. Like I said, if you take this course and you want to be a better trader, you're going to be happy that you took the course, because you will be a better trader. The cost is $1,750, so it is substantial, but I promise you it is worth every single penny. So if you're interested in starting this process, just send me an email. Email's in the link of the description of this YouTube video. Just say, Greg, potentially interested in taking your course. I'll say that's fantastic. Let's get together, do a Skype call. Skype call's free. It's not a sales call. I just want to learn about you and your trading, your trading challenges, your goals, what you're trying to get out of a course. And then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course, any particular questions that you have about the course as well. And then when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. And one day if you wake up and you say, today's the day, I really do want to learn this skill, just contact me. We'll get it scheduled and we'll start the course, and you'll be happy that you did. Secondly, I do have an online video course available over at udemy.com. It's a great course. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. I've had so many good reviews on this course from all over the world. I think it's like 4.8 stars on Udemy. I teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading approach. If you're new to trading, maybe you're not in the financial position to take the one-on-one with me, go over to Udemy, take it. There's 9.5 hours of video. There are 26 videos. There are 15 study guides, and the best news, it only costs like 12 or 15 bucks. So it's a great place to start. And if you're interested, the link is in the description. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to keep the channel around, helps to build the channel, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. So if you liked anything today, if you learned something valuable or sometime last week or this week, if you could hit the thumbs up button before we head on out and get on with the weekend, I would really appreciate it. All right, so let's take a look here. Oh, all right. Now, CRL, Steve exited CRL for a profit. Way to go, Steve. Very nice. He is long Roku also, so I'll put this over on the Roku. Okay, got Steve in Roku. In Beyond Meat. As Frank likes to say, fake cow, 84.96, so he's already in the money. Nice going. And that is Steve Burns. Okay. And also long SCCO 6220. Steve 520, and also along Facebook. All right, so I'm just gonna put Steve, how should I do this? Steve took the 520 crossover on Facebook, so we'll put in here Steve 520 at 340.13. All right. Roku, Karen. And PayPal on the weekly. Kamal's out of Bumble. Okay, and I can't pull up Bumble on this charting software for some reason. Oh, and Match.com. Okay. Hope it's a good date. And let's see what Match.com looks like. $147.25 for Kamal. Okay, Nigma says, have a good weekend, everyone. You have a good weekend as well. Ava is in Roku. And PayPal on the weekly. All right. David says, thank you, Greg and group. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you, David. I hope you do as well. Kamal says, thank you, Greg, the trade master. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Kamal, the trade master. Michael Wilkinson is in Roku. Okay. Frank is in Roku. Okay. Paxton is out of half of VIX. All right, I've got that there. Jonathan is in Roku and PayPal. Okay. Leo859 says, what do you think of mRNA daily? Think it's going to bounce? I think we looked at this earlier. And it does have a valid signal today. It has a close under the 250, over the 250. I mean, that is a level. That's a significant level that buyers are looking at. That's why once we got down here, we stopped going down. So it is respecting that right now. Whether it's going to bounce, it's a 2775 RSI. I'd feel much better about it if we could get over the 30. It still has that overhead resistance level. So it's hard to know, but as far as a legitimate entry signal with the good risk to reward ratio, it does have a close under the 250 and over 250. So thanks, Leo. Hope that helps. I wish I really knew. Time for the football. Northern Ireland are winning. Have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy your game, Jonathan. Have a great weekend. William Burrow says, what is this? What is happening here? I just got here. Please explain. Somebody want to take that? So, you know, this is a trading channel, William, where I teach and I mentor and I trade stocks and I show you guys live what I'm doing. And if anyone has any questions about what I'm doing, that's what I'm trying to do. So just trading and teaching and mentoring. So it's a stock trading podcast. Ava says, many thanks to all. Have a lovely weekend. You as well, Ava. Really great trading lately. Really great trading. Let's see what's going on after hours here. CMG up again. Facebook down. Gold down. Goldman Sachs down. Philip Morris unchanged. PayPal up 20 cents. The Qs up 17 cents. Roku unchanged. SPY up 40 cents. Bonds are down a little bit. VIX is down a little bit. And that's about that. William says, thanks. LOL. I'll have to check it out. Please do. Please do. So if anyone has any other comments or questions they'd like to share with the board, jokes, haikus, whatever you have, feel free. Go ahead, put them in. Before I get to that, I did want to read this by Martin Kornfeld. It's a saying that I try to incorporate in my life every day, and it's something that you might consider incorporating in your life as well. But if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. And the world could always be a little bit better in the right direction. And Martin is right. If we were nice to everyone every day, we did an act of kindness daily, it would just simply make the world a better place. And on top of that, if you could go out, do something nice, an act of kindness for an animal each day, that would also make the world a better place, right? So it's something I do. It's been a net benefit in my life. I like doing it, and I know it helps people. And, you know, maybe one day when you need it, someone will be there for you as well. Leo says, do you day trade live on YouTube? I don't day trade live. I do end of day trading only. But I do day trade all day long, and I do share my day trades here on this channel during the last hour of the market, Leo. Michael says, thank you for everything, Greg. You are welcome, buddy. Look forward to talking to you soon. I'm going to call you today on my walk and talk about what we were talking about before. All right, well, listen, I hope you have a really good weekend, everyone. Be good, be safe, get some exercise, catch up on your sleep, go for a nice walk, be kind to people, be kind to animals, study your charts, drive safe. I sound like your mother. But I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a great weekend. Hope to see you on Monday. If you could hit the thumbs up button before you check out of here, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I'm going to put my hiking boots on, go for a little hike, have a few calls to make, and take the little pup from next door on the walk. I always look forward to that. And I feel like I'm forgetting to tell somebody something. I guess I'll have to remember later. But thanks again, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you on Monday. Oh, Mike says, William, check out the lessons playlist for the channel. They're very helpful and helps you follow along on the podcast. Yeah, that's a good idea. I do have a lessons playlist on YouTube. They're totally free, and you can watch those as well. So thanks again, everyone. Talk to you all later. Have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer on the way out. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.